How's it going, everybody? I'm here today playing Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes, which is basically the sequel to Elemental War of Magic, which was something of a flop of a game. I played it back when it first came out, and it was definitely not ready when it was shipped. There were a lot of bugs in it yet, and the scenarios were not complete. There was just one, I believe. So it was very basic, and later on Derek Paxton joined the team. Now Derek Paxton, as you may or may not know, was the lead developer of the Fall from Heaven 2 Total Conversion mod pack for Civilization 4. And yeah, so afterwards he was hired by Stardock to, I believe, sort of spearhead the development of Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes. Now this game came out in 2013, but it is still a great game, especially if you are more into the fantasy side of like 4X games such as Civilization. And since Derek Paxton is sort of behind this game, if you liked Fall from Heaven 2, if you thought that was good gameplay, I would imagine Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes would have something similar, so a very similar theme to it. So I'm just going to start the tutorial here. A Legendary Heroes tutorial is designed to walk novice players through the basics of leading a magical kingdom. Building cities, casting spells, and fighting battles are all covered. Do you want to start a tutorial game? Yes, we do. Notable thing that Elemental has had over like Civilization is that the battles are actually fought out in a separate little set piece. It's more like Heroes of Might and Magic in terms of how the battles are fought compared to Civilization 4, Civilization 5 even. So the first step is going to be to found the city. You just basically click on the guy or girl, depends. I believe your sovereign can be either male or female. And you can also customize them. So in this case, here we're watching like a little cutscene. Move on to the tile with yields and press the settle button. This will found your city, your capital city, where you can build improvements and train units. And apparently we were given the option to to watch a video again. So we're just going to move over here to this tile and click the settle button. It says move onto the tile with yields and press the settle. And they got rid of that. So here we're doing more dramatic cutscenes. Right, so skip the rest of that. You've built your capital, giving the wandering people of the world a safe haven. Select your city and then click the build button to construct your first improvement. Really didn't need a video to do all that. So we have a few new buildings here. Well, actually only have one. We can clear the forest or build a study, so I'm just going to build a study. As you can see, we can choose where to place the building here. I'm not sure if it matters a whole lot. I don't recall it mattering in the first Elemental, so I don't imagine it would matter here. Anyway, research mining. Many have flocked to your city. Amongst them are several scholars who wish to aid in the pursuit of new knowledge. It would be wise to research mining, which will allow us to tap into the precious metals of the world. Click the research bar at the top of the screen and select mining as your technology to be researched. Okay, I imagine here's the research, and right there's mining. Don't know why I didn't see it at first. And now you can see in the upper right corner, until they got rid of it, that mining had been selected. Something about a spell. That's funny. I shouldn't have clicked that off. Open the spell book and cast inspiration on your city. Here we go, spells. And here we have inspiration. It will produce an additional research in the enchanted city. So cast that spell. We get to target the city like that, and there you go. One and done. I guess it helps that I've played this franchise before. I like how it has that endless legend look to some of the terrain. Very hexagonal. And here I am not paying attention to what's going on. Your first notable location. Now that your city is growing and you are researching, it is time to explore the world. Move your sovereign to the east, where an equipment cache is rumored to hold lost treasure. And I imagine this is the equipment cache. Yes, indeed it is. So right click to go over there. And the turn ended, and now we have new technology researched. Mining. Plus one additional production per material. And it says learn these skills to construct the valuable iron mine and gold mine improvements, which will bring great wealth to your nation. Be mindful, though, of the wealth's cost. A miner's life is short, difficult, and dangerous. Imposing that life upon your citizens can lead to great tragedy. Recall the gruesome fate of somebody. I'm not going to even bother trying to pronounce that. Beloved son of somebody else. Okay. So mining has been completed. And, you know, let's do training in warfare. I don't think we're limited as to what we should be researching. So we're going to do training. It will allow me to build the barracks, which sounds pretty good to me. Capture the equipment cache to the east by moving on to it. There we go. Found item. This case contains an old spear, a veteran of many battles. Despite its age and the countless battles of, thank you for skipping that, so I can't read it. So we're just going to skip that. The spear was and still is a formidable weapon. We're just going to equip that. I'm imagining that it's going to be better than what we had to start out with. Train a pioneer. There appears to be an iron ore deposit to the east. Before we can build a mine there, we will need to prepare a pioneer to expand your borders, select your city, and click train to start training a pioneer unit. And we have a new technology research, so we're going to open up a research, and I'm going to research refined production, which will give us 1 additional production per material. And I'm going to go into the city and train a pioneer. So the pioneers are like the settlers from civilization. They allow you to expand your borders. They're equipped with the necessary supplies to start new settlements and create outposts. So yes, quite similar to the settlers in civilization games. Click train, and they just skip it all the time. They don't even let me finish, unfortunately. Just skip it. Lower your taxes. Your advisors have suggested that you lower your tax rate to speed up production of your pioneer units. Use the tax slider at the top of the screen to do this. It's much simpler to go about it. So normal, low. By reducing my tax rate, it will increase my research and my production. So that sounds good. There we go. Pioneer in training. Even at the lower tax rate, it will take several seasons for your pioneer unit to be trained. Use this time to explore the east and see what other mysteries lie beneath the fog. I guess we're just going to be exploring with the Sovereign. And the Pioneer has completed already. That was fast. So here is some information about the Pioneer unit, and if you click this little minimize, maximize button, you can actually go into more detail. Yeah, anyway, to build an outpost, send your newly trained Pioneer to the east. When next to the iron ore deposit, select the Pioneer unit and press the Outpost button in the lower left corner. So here's my Pioneer unit, and here's my iron ore deposit. They put a nice exclamation mark on top of it so we know where it is. That's helpful. Now, the turn should have ended, I think, but it didn't. So maybe I need to build something else. Otherwise I can just end the turn. There we go. I thought the turn would auto-end, but apparently there was something that they thought I should still be doing, even though I'm not doing it. Can't use WASD to move around the map, but you can use the kind of touchy, the arrow keys. I prefer WASD. You might be able to re-hotkey that, but I have no idea. I thought I researched technology that would allow me to build a barracks. Let's clear a forest instead. Yeah, I'm just looking around to see what I'm missing. I don't see anything. I don't know why my turn wouldn't automatically be ending. I have no problem clicking end turn. It's what I do in Civilization all the time. So now that my Pioneer has reached the location needed to settle, we need to end the turn 1 more time, and then we'll be able to settle the Pioneer there. What do we have here? An old battlefield. The site of a long-forgotten battle from the time before this one, blah, blah, blah. While walking through the debris of the ancient battle, you find an item. Fireball scroll. Use this scroll to summon a fireball that does 18 plus 4. Yeah, it does some damage. And you can use it, so that's always good. Unfortunately, I can't settle. It must build on tiles that provide grain. It's interesting because they told me to settle here. And I can't, actually. So that's interesting that they would tell me to go there. Oh, I am that bad. Okay, right. Okay, so here's what happened. I got frustrated because I couldn't settle another city when I was supposed to be building an outpost. Yes, indeed. There are 2 different types of buildings here. One you can build a city, and the other one you can build an outpost. So here I was monkeying around when I was supposed to be building an outpost next to the iron ore. So, right there. Build the outpost. Now it's done. Bravo for me for finally figuring it out. I'm an idiot. Congratulations. You can just skip that. Build on mine. Once you've researched mining and have built your outpost next to the iron ore deposit, you're ready to start gathering metal. To build a mine, simply click on the iron ore and press the build button at the lower left. Right there you go. You can also build it from the city's menu if I recall correctly, but since that's just an outpost, that might not be an option for me. Recruit a champion. There are rumors of a gathering darkness in the forest east of your realm. Undertake a quest to raise your fame and attract the help of a champion. So I'm going to have to get over here to the humble inn, it looks like, with my sovereign. So I will be back with you when that has been accomplished in 10 turns. I mentioned this before, but the turn button is in a very bad location. I'm 1 turn away from the humble inn. You click on the mini-map all the time with the way the stupid turn button is located here. I probably should just stop pressing turn like a scrub and use the keyboard, but really, just a terrible location for a button you have to press at the end of every turn if you don't have auto turn on. Rats in the ruins. A wide-eyed young man approaches you, visibly shaken. Yeah, I remember this quest from the other games. Apparently, they just ported it over. We got to defeat some rats. So, clear the rats out of here. So apparently, we're going to have to explore it. No, we have to go over here. Right here, right there is the rat nest. So 1 more turn, and we are in the rat nest. The rats give you a few scratches, but you've cleared them from the ruin. Return to the inn and report the deed is done. Now, I've taken one of the rats as proof. That's interesting. In the other game, in the first game, War of Magic, you actually have to fight the rats, I think. It put you in the battle screen and everything. You better pay what you promised. I'm just going to take the Doom Club. So this increased some of my experience and my fame. I imagine this is new from game to game and does not carry over, because that would be incredibly overpowered. The wood has been stained black by dried blood, and the handle feels eerily warm, like shaking hands with a murderer. So now champions are available. Your fame has grown far and wide, attracting legendary heroes to your cause, but only one will join your services. So I get to choose my champion. I'm not sure here. One looks like a ranged unit, one looks like a regular melee unit. Since I have a melee unit in my sovereign, I think I'm going to go ahead and choose the ranged one. So, fight the earth elemental. The rumors are true. A deadly earth elemental was awoken in the eastern forest. You can see the exclamation mark right over there. Send your sovereign and champion to attack the monster before it threatens your kingdom. Okay. So that's going to take a few turns. So now I'm not sure which unit I'm supposed to attack with. Apparently I can't have both of these in the same army. So I'm just going to attack with my sovereign. Get it over with. The rumors are true. Send your sovereign and champion to attack the monster. Yeah, we already got that. So I only have my sovereign here because my champion was too dumb. I mean, why did they even give me a champion if I'm not going to use it? And now I can't scroll around at all? Well, that's just great. That's just great, guys. Okay, I can drag to move the camera instead of side-scrolling. That will work. How do I end the turn? There's no way to end the turn. Well, pass. There we go. We can pass, apparently. Let's take a look at our spells. Chaos does a random effect. Haste, heal, slow. None of these mean anything good to me. Chaos. We're just going to throw a fireball at him. There we go. No sound effects, apparently. That's weird. Well, dang it. I turned the effects of the game off the entire time. Oh, no, actually I didn't, because that was just on my sound mixer there. Never mind. Here we go. The victory. That was very easy. Thanks for playing Legendary Heroes tutorial. Now try out all of the things you've learned in a new game. So that is essentially the tutorial. It took a very long time for me to play it, actually around about 40 minutes. And I was an idiot during some of that time period, but that gives you an idea of what Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes is about. It is a 4X game that's set in a high fantasy world. So if you're looking for something a bit more like Civilization 4 fantasy, like Fall from Heaven 2 gave you, definitely check this game out because it is much improved over the original. The only problem I had with it was due to me being something of an uncomprehending idiot. So overall, positive. It's good to see they fixed it. I still have the case of the original Elemental War of Magic game. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.